Good evening, everybody. So let us start our class tonight. And according to our schedule, we have our test 2 schedule on for your section. It will be on 29th, right? Next Tuesday. Next class will be your test 2, okay? And then for the test 2, we will cover until from week 3 to 5. So until we cover tonight, we will finish. Hope I will finish string processing, and I also will cover reference parameter. Okay, so let us start our journey. And I expect that everybody knows about string. And this is a very simple thing for and very interesting thing. And you should know about it from your earlier classes, like 1321. Okay. String operation. And I asked you to read this slide, right? Last time I asked you to go through this slide. So if you went through this slide, then it will be easy for me and for you to complete this quickly. But if you did not go through, please, even after the class, by the weekend, or after the test, before you come to your next class, please go through this slide, okay? So a string, what is a string? A string is a sequence of characters, okay, stored in a certain address in memory. Okay, once created, it cannot be changed. Okay, remember this characteristics of a string. String is called immutated object. Okay, that means there is no setter method in the string class. So we use setter method, right? We knew that we use setter to set something, but for string there is no setter method. Okay, it is called an immutable object. Okay, there is no mutator, there is no setter method. Okay, so unlike other objects, it does not need to be explicitly instantiated, and there are some other characteristics of string. Okay, after being assigned once, the content of the variable does not change directly. If you try to change its value, it will be saved into a new location. So this is the very important, all of these are very important characteristics of string. Okay, string, okay, although it is a sequence of character, in earlier programming languages like C and C++, strings were declared as a sequence of character, as a character variable. But since string is frequently used, and there are a lot of use of string. For instance, when we manipulate menu, you see that menu bar. So the menu bar, there are menus like home, insert, design, transitions, and rotations, a lot. Okay, so all of these menus and submenus actually works with string. And when you see then in programming we send a message, that is also sent as a string. Okay, so string has a lot of use in programming. Okay, so this is why, so that from the very beginning we started with the string hello world. Okay, a string is usually, okay, so this is the first the characteristics of the string, like 3 most important characteristics. Okay, you need to remember this, and throughout in this lecture I will discuss this. Okay, and remember that from the very beginning of our class we discussed with string operation. For instance, we created a string hello world. Okay, actually it was really difficult in earlier languages like C++ or C to declare string as a character array and manipulate that. But since string is widely used, so modern programming languages like Java, C Sharp, Python, Kotlin, all of these languages have designed with string as a built-in type. Okay, like Java has a built-in type that is called string. Okay, so in order to declare, so this is a string literal. If anything you bind with double quotation, that is called a string literal. Okay, and if you use type as a string, that is string variable. This is a string variable. So string variable name is message, and then you have been initializing the value of this message. Okay, object as hello world. Okay, so then once we have string like in Java and C Sharp, there are some methods, built-in methods for string operation and string manipulation, like for instance length method. In order to find the length of this method, okay, so what will be the length? That means how many characters it has, including spaces. For instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 characters, including the space. Okay, so this method should return string length 13. So likely there are some other built-in methods. For instance, string reverse a string, find substring, like find part of a string as another string as a substring. Then there are some built-in methods. Okay, we frequently use this method, and sometimes we also design or declare or define our own methods. Especially if you go for job interview, they will ask you to write some methods. For instance, although there is a method, for instance, length method, we know that. But in your interview, you will be asked to write a method that will return the length of a string. Okay, so we will discuss this. So in Java, string is defined with the string type, which is built-in type. Okay, since this is a class, built-in class, so this message we will tell it as an object, not a variable. Although this is a built-in type. Although we said for integer message, if it's an integer method, integer is a built-in type, then we would tell that as a variable. But here, since string is a class, then we will tell string as a object. And this is empty string if there is nothing inside it. Okay, but still code. Okay, in Java, we use string S is in uppercase, but in C Sharp you can use both uppercase or lowercase s. Okay, remember the difference between C Sharp and Java. And also the length method. There are some methods, almost all of the methods in C Sharp start with an uppercase letter, but in Java all methods start with a lowercase method, lowercase character. So in C Sharp format you will see length L is in uppercase, but in Java you will see length as a method in L in lowercase. Sometimes you will see the difference. Okay, but if there is an important thing that we need to know about. Okay, so in modern programming languages like C++, Java, Python, Kotlin, these languages, the program compiler maintain a string repository. It is called string constant pool repository that contains all existing string. Okay, that what is the advantage of using string constant pool or string repository? There are many advantages. One of the advantages is that the string repository or string constant pool contains all of the string. So when you want to declare a new string, then it will check whether same string exists in the repository. If it exists, then it will use the existing string. So it will not declare a new one. That will save memory. Right? Okay, in Java, actually, in programming languages, Java and C++, a string object can be declared by two ways. First one, since we know that the string is a class, right? So if it is a class, then how do we declare an instance or an object of a string? Like using new keyword, right? New operator, like string str1 equal to new, then string constructor, and then within the constructor we are giving the value of the string, like Java 5. This is a way to declare or create and instantiate an object. But string has a string reference. That string can be instantiated as a reference. For instance, in order to create a string reference, you do not need to use the string new keyword. You do not need to use this new keyword. What you will use, for instance, you will use very simple way, right? This string equal to message and hello world. Here, this message is a string reference. Okay, that works very close to as a string object, but there is a difference between string reference and string object. So this is here str is a string object, but here let me show you. Here st2 is a string reference, and st3 is a string object, and st4 is a string reference. So now you see that which are reference and which are string object. You see that, right? When we have used new operator, then it creates a string object, and without a new operator, you just declare a string reference and initialize it. Okay, if you do not initialize it, then it will be null. Okay, or empty. Okay, so the difference between this in declaration and another difference is that every time you use the new operator in order to create a string object, it creates a new string, okay, and takes a new place in computer memory. Okay, but if you use the string reference style, then what you will do, for instance, this one. So then the string reference variable, for instance, you see that what it will do, it will, let me see, it will, the second one, strings 2, it will look for an existing string, whether if there is a string exists in computer memory, is the string repository, constant pool, with the same value. So since I already have a string str string object that takes memory place, for instance, string object here with value Java 5. So once I declare another string reference st2 with same name, same value, then it will not create a new string. Rather, what it will do, it will assign or refer to the existing string. The difference, you see that even another string 4, str4, it is a reference, so it will not create a new string. Rather, it will go to the existing string. Okay, and even when you say that string str equal to new string str2, that means str2 has the value Java 5. Then since you have used here in st3 you have used new keyword, so it will create a new string even with same value. So string repository is used for string reference. When you use string reference, then it will not create a new string, it will create a new string only if there is no such string value. String with same value existing in the string repository. If it is exist, then it will refer to that. Everybody understand the difference between string and string? Between string object and string reference? Everybody understand that, right? Okay, that's good. So there are some in modern programming languages. There are some advantages and built-in features and methods for string operation, but string manipulation. Even, for instance, you will see that string in our last class, one of our last classes, we discussed with method overloading, right? Method overloading and method overriding, we discussed that, right? So, like method, in method overloading, a method can contain have same name but different argument list, right? A class can contain multiple methods. Similarly, in operator overloading, an operator can be used for multiple purposes. For instance, we know that from our kindergarten that plus sign is used to add two numbers. But modern programming languages have been designed as to design with operator overloading. For instance, this plus sign also can be used in modern languages to add two strings, to concatenate two strings, to join two strings. Okay. That means if you say hello plus world, then it will use hello and world. And then one of the interesting thing, and that point you need to remember, that once you have a string something, once you have a string at the beginning, and then if you add any number, any even integer or other type of number, so with that existing string, then everything will become a string. For instance, here my a is a string and then its value is agent, and then n is an integer number, its value is 7. When you say another string bond equal to a plus n, then it will say agent 7. 7 will be concatenated. Okay. Okay, then I am giving you a homework to try to do in reverse alternative order. N plus, what will be the value of n plus 1? If I want to say, for instance, how about each integer? I'm giving a homework. Integer x equal to n plus agent. Okay. What is this value? Is this doable? Okay. If I say integer x equal to n plus agent, what will be the value? I'm sorry. Is it doable? Okay. I'm giving you, this is your own task. You will please do it. Okay. So from a very beginning, we know that. Okay, so that if we say that if we print a string, then it will print this string, and then if we separately display another variable, maybe total, either an integer type or a string type or a float type, non-string type, and we can concatenate this with string, this non-string type with a string type. So this will, so try to run this code and try to understand this. Okay, what happens? It is possible to use. See, it is very easy in modern programming languages to use plus operator to add to string. But when I learned as programming like with C and C++, this plus operator did not work this way to add to string. Okay, so like there are some existing methods. For instance, you will see that there are some wrapper classes, like for instance, it's called wrapper classes. You see that this integer initially, in general, if so far you know that int in lowercase, this is a type, built-in type, in order to declare or create an integer value. But there are some wrapper classes. For instance, int, I in uppercase, integer is a wrapper class. This is a class, right? Started with an uppercase number, uppercase letter. So sorry, there are some wrapper classes, and these wrapper classes have some existing methods that can be used to convert a string into another type. For instance, if you have a string like, string str equal to 1 2 3. So this 1 2 3 is a string, we know that. But if sometimes we may need to convert this string into an integer number, then there is a method called parse integer. In the wrapper class method, string integer class has an existing method. It's called parse integer to convert, that is used to convert this string into 1 2 3 number. Like there are other methods like parse double, parse float, like this. And sometimes we also we can convert an existing integer number into a string by using toString method. Okay. So in due to doing hurry, I skipped something like youtube.com/how to use toString method. Okay, and how to override, and why do we need to override toString method. Okay, so but I am giving you just a homework. It's 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes it will take you. Okay, so if you please go to my recorded video, and you will see there is a video is called sometime toString method. Where is that on? 10. Okay, that's toString method overriding explained. Okay, so please watch this video. Everybody please go home, and then whenever, you know, it is a 7-minute video. Okay, so if you go through this video for 7 minutes, and then you will understand why do we need to override toString method and how to do it. Okay, I did not go through because I didn't hurry, right? I have to cover a lot of things. So even tonight I need to cover a lot of things. This is why I'm not going, but I'm giving you a homework to watch this video. Everybody is okay to watch this one? Okay, thank you. And if you do not understand this, you will miss a lot of things. Maybe you will miss something in your upcoming test. You will miss a question. Okay, you cannot blame me that I did not teach you. Okay. But if you do not understand, watch the video, then let me know. If you do not watch the video, then do not ask me. After watching the video, if you do not understand, it's my responsibility to teach you. Okay, but your responsibility is to watch it first, please. Okay. So there are wrapper classes are used to convert conversion between string to numbers and numbers to string. Okay. There is a very important method. It is called substring. Substring method is widely used to find part of a string. Okay. In Java, it's called substring. S is in lowercase, but in C#, S is in uppercase. Okay, so in your test, if you are given that substring, that just take it, consider it as a general form. Okay, both applicable for both C# and Java, but do not answer that like, oh, I learned C#, but this code is in Java. I learned Java, but this code is in C#. Okay, you need to learn both. There are some difference between some substring method in Java and C#. I will go through this. Okay, here my greetings is hello world, and then my substring is a greeting dot substring 0 to 5. That means it will go through. Okay, it will start from 0 index. That means 0. Okay, and then 0th character 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see the output is not including the comma. Comma is the 5th character, right? So this is completely is sometimes people mislead here. So sometimes actually this format is, in order to remember, I want to like you to remember this way. So this side is close bound and this side is open bound. You understand this in mathematics? That means the left bound is included but right bound is not included, excluded. That means you have to go from 0th index to the 4th index, not 5th index. Okay, remember that? This one, like the range method in Python, is upper bound is excluded like this. Okay, everyone understand this? So this is why this 5th character is not included. Okay, 5th is not included here. So remember this way. Okay, but 0th character is here. So this is why it is hello. Okay, but it is not hello. I'm sorry. Hello, comma. It is not that. Okay, and when you write a string using paper and pencil, be remembered that. Okay, so then don't keep space unless it is required. Okay, so then do not give space and tell me that, oh, I usually give space. This is why I'm used to writing this space in handwriting. No, that is not acceptable for string operation. Okay, for string operation, this space is a character, right? So please be sure that you understand that. Okay, so you see that 0 string is an array, is a character array, is index start with 0. So everybody understand the substring method in Java, especially here, right? Especially here, please understand it. Okay, and here. Yes, sorry. So then if you have all things, then you have to write in 13 here, including. So if you want to print the 12th character, then you need to write 13 over here. Clear? Okay. Okay, so now this one. See that it's a substring or 7 to 12 excluded. Okay, that means here it will be like my 7th to 11 actually, like this. Okay, or if you do not write this, then 12 is excluded. That means 7 to 11. Let us see, the 7 character is W, and then 11 is D, right? So it will be printing world, not what world exclamation. Everybody understand this? So please remember this. Okay, that means here it means, or That means in other way I can write it 7 to 11. Okay, clear? Yes.
What are all the different parameters that Substring can take?
Huh?
What are all the different parameters that Substring can take?
A substring, okay, there are some other parameters I will tell you. Let me when I go through a program I will discuss. Okay, but in C# there is a difference. So far I discussed with Java format, but in C# there is a difference. You know, the difference comes for the situation if the index, lower index, start index does not start with 0. If the lower index does start with 0, then it is same with C++. And C# and C++ string operation is same. If this index is started with 0, then it is same as Java. Okay, but if this index does not start with 0, then there is a difference in the substring method between C++ and C# and Java format. We see that we remember that we discussed this in substring in Java, that here it would come 12, until 12 it will give you world, but in C# it will give you an error. Okay, there is nothing here actually in C#. What is in C#? It will make an error because it will be starting from 7th character and it will go in the next 12 characters. Since there are no 12 characters existent after 7 character, so it will create an error for you. Okay, so I will go through this in a live program shortly. Okay, so there are some challenges in this sheet. So pretty simple that, for instance, E1 I already discussed. If my S is agent, then what will be printed here? S equal to S plus S dot length. Then it will print agent 5, right? The length is 5, right? And if my string is river Mississippi, then what will be the value of substring 1, 2, and what will be the value of river substring 2, river dot length -3, and what will be the value of this river substring 1 or 2 or something, and what will be like in Java, what will be this value in Java, and what will be this in C#. In Java, okay, in Java I want to clearly explain. This is in Java and this is in C#. You know, the C#, it is actually in C#. This is a homework for you. Okay, so try this both in C# and in Java. Okay, so you see that the difference, there is a little difference between the output. I'm sorry, why it is going through this? The output is different in Java and in C#. Do you see any difference here? The first one is same, the second one is different, and the third one is different, and the last one is same. So these two has a difference because this one did not start with 0 index. Second one did not start with 0, and the third one did not start with a 0 index. I told you that the difference comes from if it does not start with 0 index. Okay, then I have a program here. This is the same program I ran in C# and Java, and also in C#. I have the output. I added the output over here, and then I have also added programs. Where are those? Okay, sorry, maybe I discussed this in the last semester. So string operation. Maybe if I copy this from that semester to this is your section, right? Okay. This is the complete program. If I run this, I'm sorry, my computer becomes slow. I don't know. Okay, you see the last two lines, line number 12 and 13 are actually same. Could not be in the lower string slide. I'm sorry, there is maybe something wrong. It cannot run it. Close wall. I don't know, this is main. Here's main. Okay, I don't know why it did not run last time. I did nothing, just I closed and opened it again. So you see that if I say agent, then say s equal to s plus length, then this is agent 5. Okay, there is no space in between. Okay, so last time we gave this question in one of the tests. Student wrote answer like this. Okay, then like agent something 5. Okay, they give one space, but I'm exaggerating. Okay, then we did a point. They say, no, why did you do a point? Then I told you that I'm telling that in string, space is a character. So be careful and sincere. If you are asked to write a string using paper, using pencil, a pen or pencil, okay, we will not accept any excuse that if you keep any space in between string. Be careful. Okay, because this will be an extra character. And see the last one, two last thing, you see that this one, these are actually same. Please try to understand this. You see that substring 1, 2, that means how many characters it has? This one is a substring 1, 2. Only one character, right? Because on it is actually 1 to 1. The second one means this character is 0th character, and then this character, here. This character is 0th character and this character is 1 character, and 1 to 1. It will go 1 to 1. Okay, then this is actually 1, 1. Okay. Sometime can I write this actually 4, 1? Okay. Let us see if we write something. For instance, here at the end, if we want to write 4, 2, okay, or even 4, 1, my computer is getting slow. Because I'm opening Visual Studio behind. Okay, so string operations are very important, and especially in your interview, you will be asked definitely will be asked question from string. Sometimes they will ask you question, okay, write a program that will reverse your string. Okay, write a method, okay, even for your class, upcoming test, okay, we may give a test question that write a method that will accept a string as an argument and that will return the string in reverse order. Okay, so here is string reverse example. We have a method over here. It's called string reverse method. If you follow this method, for instance, I have given here. Oh, sorry, I did not see the output on the previous page. We see that it is getting an error because of this one. The error is because we cannot go through fourth. In Java we cannot go through this, but in C# I can go through this. I will show you shortly. But what I wanted to show you, that this is a string reverse method. For instance, it takes, I have written a method, it's called string reverse a string, and it takes an input as a string type, and it returns what is this? Okay, and it returns the string in reverse order. If you see the very simple thing, here are the codes. This is the film liner main codes here. Okay, for your upcoming test, okay, please practice this program. I am giving this program in my GitHub account, and then you can clone it, and then you can run it. So here it is, my input is giving for this one, is giving my input string is the input string, and first I need to convert this input string to character array. There are multiple ways to do that. This is a way. I am first converting this string given string input string to a string array, and then when I convert it as a string array, a character array, then I can go one by one character, and then while I'm getting from the string length from all the way end, starting from all the way end, last character. Okay, starting from the last character -1. Because why do I need to go to the last character -1? It is very important here. Can anyone guess why do I need to go -1 over here? Because if you go to all the way end, if you do not use -1, then it will go out of index boundary, and then you need to go until equal 0, and then I minus. Okay, then you are getting string reverse. You are manipulating, adding this with the array index 1. Okay, so there are multiple ways to do this, but for this one you see that I got output, right? But if I do not give this one, then -1, what will happen? It says it's a common mistake in string operation. It says array index out of bound exception. It's common operation. Many, even I do. Many programmers intentionally or unintentionally do this mistake. You understand the mistake over here? Okay, so -1 is required. Okay, then if I give -1, fine. Anybody has any question about this? Okay, meanwhile, I hope by this time I have Visual Studio open. So I have my Visual Studio here. I want to show you the difference between Java and C# string operation, some of the string operation methods, especially the substring method. Over here you see that I have almost same method over here, same thing. Okay, same thing here. So if I run my program, You see that this one is different because I have gotten over here. It started from 1 and it is going to next two characters, right? Okay, and another thing that I got an error here on this slide for this one. Right? I got an error for this one in Java. I got an error for this one. I got an error for this one out of index error, but in C#, if I want to do it in C#, let me try to do this in C#. I'm sorry, it did not copy. So if I convert this line in C#, what do I need to change? In order to, I need to replace system.out.println by console.readline, write line, right? This is very simple, and then everything is same. And you see that in C#, S is in uppercase, and Java S is in lowercase. So remember that the difference between C# and Java. How many of you are taking C# lab? Okay, that's good. And only 1, 2, 3. Okay, that please remember this. Okay, the difference between C# and Java. Then it's fine. I put uppercase, and here let me run this program again and see my output. My computer is getting slower. You see that I got I, right? For instance, I got I. Why did you get I? It starts fourth character. From fourth character is MISSI. This I, second this I is my fourth character, right? Okay. That means, okay, and then it is going next one character. So you understand the difference between Java and C#? In some methods, okay, if it does not start with 0, and also for this one, even it start with for this one, okay, so please remember this, okay. Anybody has any question? Happy? Who are happy? You happy? Okay, thank you. So let me see how many slides I do. So I have added in shortcut the complete Java program here and complete C# program over here. In addition to this, I also showed one more extra line to add. Okay. And then there are some length method. You see that length method in C#. This is in C#. How do we know that this code in C#? When you see that a method started with an uppercase letter, then it's in C#, and Java all in lowercase. Okay, there are some other methods that are very frequently used. For instance, toStart_lower. It converts a string in lowercase, all characters in lowercase, and then toUpper method, it converts all characters in uppercase letters. Okay, if you see that if my string is good luck, the toUpper method will return the value good luck all in uppercase. These are very interesting things. Like I like you to practice, spend some time and do practicing, because string operations are very widely used, and you will see that a lot of string operation. And there another important method is the index of method in string. Index of method, and you give a value as a character or as a string, and for a character type argument, it will return the first occurrence of this character position in integer. And for the string, if you give it as a string, then it will return the first occurrence of the first letter of the string given here as value. So for instance, if you say hello world, my string, and then if you want say index of E, then E must be character in character. How do I know it is character? Placed within single quote, right? This is a character. Then it will return 1 because E is, this position is 1. And but if you say that OR, but this OR as a string, then it will return the first occurrence character of the O. Where is the value O? Okay. Sorry, first occurrence of this combination. Even there is an O over here, it will not use this. It will, you look for the entire string O over here. Okay. Yes.
Does index have accept regular expressions?
Regular expression is different. I am not teaching regular expression over here. But good thing is regex. It's called regex. You need to learn, especially if you take advanced level course, you will learn regex. Okay, but in order to understand regex, definitely string operation is a foundation of regex. He's asking about regex, but my target is out of not to discuss regex in this course. Okay, but if you like, send me a request. I can make a video for regex operation. See that string reverse method that this I discussed already this, right? Okay, so for the upcoming test it is very important. Okay, practice something. And not only this string, okay, sometime in your interview, you sometimes in an interviewer, in one of my interviews, an interviewer asked me to write a string reverse method, but not in that way, not in traditional way, not by using any existing method, or it is called in place. In place, you see that it is called in place reversal method. That means it will not create a new string. So here in this slide I use here. In this method I used an empty string, another string, and I was adding all the characters from the right to left to this reverse string. But here sometime interviewer will ask you, okay, write a method that will not use any allow you to use another string. This is called swapping. You need to do swapping, okay, and then this is called in place reversal. It is a bit difficult. In place reversal is difficult. That means the first character will be replaced by the last character. Then the second from the beginning will be replaced by the second from the last, right? And it will go like this way. F will be replaced by I. Similarly, last two will be replaced. So this is called in place string reversal. Okay, so when you understand string operation, then please go through this. Okay, please go through this method. I have added some extra method also here and in this. Okay, another important thing that sometimes is called null string. Null string means there is nothing here, no existing value. For instance, if you are going to search a substring from a string, but that character does not exist in the string, then it will return a null string. And sometimes people confuse between null string and empty string. Empty string means something exists, but it has zero value, nothing within. Null means it really does not exist. Okay, sometimes you will say that for string operation it will give you an error. For instance, it's a null pointer error. It's very frequent error null pointer. That means you do not have any string exist, but you are going to do some operation on that string. Is it possible? For instance, I may have a bank account with zero deposit, zero balance. Okay? If I want to withdraw some money from my account, then it will tell you, okay, you are overloading or by your balance, right? You are exceeding your balance, right? It will say, give me a message. But for instance, I do not have any account in a bank. Like for instance, I do not have an account in the Bank of America. But I want to deposit money from Bank of America. What should they tell me? Should they tell me that you are exceeding your balance? I don't have one, right? So they tell me that, okay, you don't have a account with us, right? So for the second situation, when I don't have an account, that means my account information will be null. Okay, so go through this. String operation is really, really interesting. Okay. So then please spend some time, and you see that in the last slide I will have there are some lot of resources online, and also in your book you can practice string operation. Okay, one of these is, so if you go through this last, actually sometime I go through this site to do some string operation, and if you do Google search, it's easy to find a lot of examples to do string operations. So anyone has any question about string? Okay, then we are done so far with string operation, and remember that you will get some questions in your test, upcoming test. You have a question? Okay, thank you. And my